So today let us continue the second chapter, the structure of the earth. In the last class we studied about the structure of the interior of the earth, three layers, crust, mantle and core in detail. Today we are supposed to start with rocks and minerals. The material that forms the crust of the earth is called rock. Remember this is important. What is rock? The material that forms the crust of the earth is called rock. Rocks can be solid and hard like granite and marble, or soft and loose like clay, chalk and salt. So property of rocks, it can be solid and hard, or it also can be loose, soft and loose. Rocks vary in physical properties like color, composition, hardness, etc. Rocks are made up of minerals. So, rocks vary in physical property based on their color, composition, hardness, and rocks are also made up of minerals. Minerals are natural substances found in the earth's crust and contain one or more elements. What are minerals? Minerals are natural substances that are found in the earth's crust and it contains one or more elements. They carry definite chemical composition and physical properties. They may be metallic or non-metallic properties. They have a fixed chemical composition, physical property, metal. They can be metallic or non-metallic. Minerals vary in color, texture, hardness and luster. So these are the properties of minerals. Minerals are very useful to us. Some are used as fuels, that is coal, natural gas, petroleum, and in some factories iron, gold, aluminium, etc. and in some in medicines and fertilizers. Minerals can be used as fuels in some factories or as medicines and fertilizers. A rock in which a particular mineral is found in large percentage is called ore. When it's a big rock and a particular mineral is found in large percentage, it is called ore. Mining is mostly done in those areas where ores are found. Generally it is done in the areas where ores are found because this process is costly, so they make sure that it is somewhere nearer. Wonderful to know. The term igneous is derived from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. Now igneous is a type of rock that is can be seen in the interior of the earth, and interior of the earth, as we all know, is very hot and it is made out of fire, so it is igneous rocks. Types of rocks. On the basis of their information, rocks are classified into three types: igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. Igneous rocks are formed by cooling of molten magma inside the earth's crust or the surface of the earth. These rocks are called primary rocks since they were the first to be formed. Igneous rocks are of two types: intrusive igneous rocks and extrusive igneous rocks. Now igneous rocks, when the molten magma cools down inside the earth's surface or on the surface of the earth, it is igneous rocks. As they are the first one to form, it is also called as primary rocks. It can be classified into two: intrusive igneous rocks and extrusive igneous rocks. Intrusive igneous rocks, the rocks that cool below the surface of the earth, are called intrusive igneous rocks. When they cool down below the surface of the earth, the rate of cooling is very slow inside because the temperature is hot, and hence it takes thousands of years to form into igneous rocks, and they are very large crystals. These rocks are very hard and compact. Dolerite and granite are the examples of such rocks. Remember this. Properties of igneous rocks. Intrusive igneous rocks, when they cool down below the earth's surface, the cooling rate is very slow and they take thousands of years to form and develop into large crystals. They are hard and compact. Dolerite and granite are examples of such rocks. Grinding stones used to prepare paste or powder of spices and grains are made of granite. Earlier, when if you have been to a village or someplace, to paste something or to make something into powder, grinding stones are used, and these stones are made of granite. Other is explosive igneous rocks. When the magma reaches the surface of the earth and cools down, it solidifies and forms rocks that are called explosive igneous rocks. Due to rapid cooling, such rocks are fine-grained. The lava that comes out from the volcanoes cools down quickly, so crystals are not very large and they are small in size. Basalt and obsidian are good examples of such rocks. Whenever the molten magma comes on the surface of the earth and it cools down, it forms explosive igneous rocks. They cool down very rapidly, so they are very small, unlike intrusive igneous rocks, which are very large. The lava that comes out from the volcanoes, it cools down very quickly, and so crystals are not formed. Basalt and obsidian are good examples of such rocks. Dolerite is example of intrusive rock. Basalt is example of extrusive rock. Characteristics of igneous rocks. Once again, these rocks do not have remains of plants and animals. Remember these. They do not have any remains of plants and animals because they are deep into the surface of the earth. These rocks do not occur in distinct beds or strata. They do not occur in distinct far beds or stratas. They have metals and minerals like silver, gold, iron, and these rocks do not allow water to percolate through them. They do not allow water to flow inside them. Another rock is a sedimentary rock. Rocks roll down, crack, and heat each other are broken down into small fragments. Running water, wind, moving ice, plants, and animals also break down the rocks into the small particles. These smaller particles are called sediments. These sediments are carried away by wind and rivers and are deposited in lowlands, lakes, and ocean beds. Whenever these rocks they roll down from one surface to another, they crack and heat each other, and then they are broken down into small pieces, small fragments. Or even because of running water, wind, moving ice, plants, and animals, they break down into small particles. And these smaller particles hence are called sediments. And these sediments are carried away by winds and rivers, and they are deposited into the low-lying areas, lands, or ocean beds. And when these sediments are deposited in layers, with passage of time, these layers are hardened to form rock. When they are deposited into a particular place, they harden in passage of some time, and hence these rocks are called sedimentary rocks. Sandstone and limestone, shale, chalk, and conglomerate are examples of sedimentary rocks. Remember these examples: sandstone, limestone, shale, chalk, and conglomerate are the examples. Now, take the correct option. Dolerite and granite are examples of igneous rocks. Sandstone and limestone are examples of sedimentary rocks. Yes. So what are the characteristics of sedimentary rocks? These rocks are made up of particles of various sizes. They vary in size. They are mostly formed under the water, or they have marks of waves and mud cracks. When the cracks happen, you can find muds inside it. They are found in horizontal layers, one above the other. These rocks are softer than igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are very hard, and these rocks are soft compared to igneous rocks. And between the layers, these rocks also contain remains of plants and animals called fossils. Fossil fuels like petroleum are obtained from these rocks. Okay, these layers, the rocks also contain remains of plants and animals because they generally travel from one place to another. Hence, rocks, you can always find fossils there, and fossil fuels like petroleum are obtained from these rocks. Another example, another rock, the last one, metamorphic rocks. Under very high temperature and pressure, igneous and sedimentary rocks change their form. Such changed rocks are called metamorphic rocks. Whenever there is high amount of pressure and high temperature around igneous and sedimentary rocks, they change their original forms, and hence they are called as metamorphic rocks. These rocks are very hard, and the process of metamorphism takes thousands of years. Some common examples of metamorphic rocks are marble, that is formed from limestone, sedimentary rock; gneisses, that is formed from granite, granite is igneous rock; slate, formed from shale, that is again metamorphic rock, sedimentary rock; and quartzite, that is formed from sandstone. So what are the characteristics of metamorphic rocks? Metamorphic rocks are very hard and closed and banded structure. They are hard, close and very banded. They are together. These are very hard and have a high specific gravity. They are very hard and they also have specific gravity. These rocks do not have empty spaces in them. They do not have empty spaces because they are banded and close together. And after changes, these rocks remain in the original position. Now, let us discuss the uses of rocks and minerals. Rocks, as we all know, are majorly used in construction of roads, houses and buildings. The soil that is formed out of rocks, the soil is also formed out of rocks, and the chemicals which are obtained from the sedimentary rocks are used to make fertilizers, coal, petroleum, provide the sources of power, that is sources of electricity. In fact, in ancient times, rocks were used to make weapons and tools also. Remember uses of rocks and minerals. First is in construction, soil is formed, then chemicals are obtained from it. Sedimentary rocks are used to make fertilizers. Coal and petroleum provide powers, and in ancient time, rocks were used to make weapons and tools also. Now, rock cycle. Rock cycle is a process in which one type of rock is changed into another type in a cyclic manner. Remember the definition of rock cycle? Rock cycle is a process in which one type of rock जो दूसरी rock में convert होता है in a cyclic manner. First of all, igneous rocks होता है. Igneous rocks में when they travel from one place to another, वो break होते हैं, then small fragments form होते हैं, that is called as sediments. Sediments में से sedimentary rocks बनते हैं, sedimentary rocks में से metamorphic rocks बनते हैं. Whenever there is high pressure and काफ़ी बार metamorphic से it goes into the again original form, that is magma, and from magma it goes into igneous. काफ़ी बार ऐसा भी होता है high temperature and high pressure देखने को मिलता है, so they get converted into their original forms from metamorphic to sedimentary, or it can go further to magma. Through this continuous process, older rocks are transformed into new rocks by means of erosion, depositions, pressure, melting and cooling. They are transformed into new rocks by various processes like erosion. Erosion is like when soil or something travels from one place to another, it deposits there. Then you can find pressure, it melts or it cools. So with the help of these processes, older rocks are converted into new rocks. It is an endless process by which rocks are formed, destroyed and formed again. Endless process. Once the rock is formed, it is destroyed, it again forms, it again gets destroyed. So this is a continuous process. When the hot and molten magma cools down, it forms igneous rock. These igneous rocks are broken down by different agents of weathering and erosion to form sediments, which form sedimentary rocks. And under extreme temperature and pressure, igneous and sedimentary rocks are changed into metamorphic rocks. The sedimentary and metamorphic rocks are buried again and melt to form magma. These magma again forms igneous rocks on cooling down. This whole process called rock cycle, and the scientific study of rock is called petrology. We all know igneous rocks कहाँ से फॉर्म होता है. हॉट एंड मॉल्टन मैग्मा जब कूल डाउन होता है तो igneous rock फॉर्म होता है. वो igneous rock it gets broken with the process of broken by different agents of weathering and soil erosion. तो वो उसमें से sediments बनते हैं, and from sediments जब layers फॉर्म होते हैं तो sedimentary rocks बन जाता है. जब एक्सट्रीम प्रेशर एंड टेम्परेचर होता है तो ये igneous rocks एंड sedimentary rocks है वो metamorphic rock में कन्वर्ट होते हैं, and the sedimentary and metamorphic rocks are buried again and they are converted into magma. फिर वापस इसी magma में से igneous rocks होते हैं whenever the magma cools down, and the whole process is again continued, and this whole process is called as rock cycle, and the scientific study of these rocks is called petrology. Multiple choice. Sedimentary rocks are softer than igneous rocks. Yes. Fossil fuels like petroleum are obtained from sedimentary rocks. Correct. Wonderful to know. The deepest mine in the world that is located in South Africa. It is 4 kilometers deep. And to reach the center of the earth, we need to dig a hole of 6,000 kilometers. We are not able to reach even 4 kilometers, then more than 4 kilometers. Then can you imagine how would we able to reach up to 6,000? It is impossible to reach the center of the earth because the temperature at the center is estimated to be 5,000 degrees Celsius. Here, if the temperature increases to from more than 40, we say that it is very hot. And there the temperature is more than 5,000 degrees Celsius. Therefore, most of the information about the Earth's interior is indirectly collected either from the density of the material or from the behavior of earthquake tremors. Whenever there is earthquake, we study that, or we estimate, or we study from the density of material. And it is through the waves that we know that the earth is like a solid body up to 2900 kilometers inside the earth. Because of the waves, we came to know that the earth is like a solid body. It is completely solid up to 2900 kilometers inside the earth.